Welcome back, everyone, to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. It's election day, or it's election day eve, as it were, when you're probably watching this on the debut. So I share my videos out on Monday evenings. So this is my time to talk to you about voting in the election and how things are coming out tomorrow, and everybody's going to vote. So the first thing I want to do is I want to encourage you to go vote, not just with your money, but vote in general. And if you haven't voted before, I'll just take a minute or two to talk to you guys. I voted in several states. This is the first time I'm going to be voting in my state of South Carolina, but I'm looking forward to it. Okay. I voted in several different states. I voted an absentee when I was in college. It's not as challenging as you think, but you should do a little bit of homework and educate yourself. But first off, I want to encourage everybody, go vote. Now, you probably got a card. I'm going to put my finger over some of this, but you get a card from your local government, and they just send things out. I don't think I shared anything to. There we go. They share out a card. They tell you where to go. It comes in the mail. It probably comes last month or two, or week or two, and it tells you where you go. All right. So now I know where I got to go. And believe me, if you're not registered, odds are if you have your driver's license in that state, you're registered to vote. If not, go online and check it out. But exercise your privilege that you have as an American, as a member of the United States. And if you're not in the U.S. and watching this, participate in your local elections too. But what I'm just saying is you have a right that people fought for. You have a right that people died for. You have a right that people still want to get to where they can't vote, and they would love to be in your shoes to exercise that privilege. Now, I understand that people are jaded on the process. This happens all the time. There's people I don't want to vote for. There's things I don't want to vote on. I don't trust, I'm not this color or that color. I don't lean that, I don't lean this way or that way. The point is that you go and participate. Okay. That's the whole point of it, is that you participate in this. And I would say I'd rather have a paper ballot than an electronic ballot at this point for various reasons, but I'm going to go and participate. And let me tell you, if you've never done it, and I'm looking forward to going to this new state. It's very simple, and they'll take care of you. First off, if you've never been there, the volunteers that are there, they're very helpful people. They want to see you succeed, and their success means that you get that sticker that says I voted. They get you through the process. If you're not registered, they're going to look you up, and if you're not in the right spot, I've been told before, I went to the wrong school. Right, I moved to the area, and I thought I was going to the right school because it was right down the street. Went to the school. They said, no, you're supposed to vote at this school. So I had to drive to that other school. But they're helpful. They will look things up. They will help you through the process. They will get you the right spot and make sure that you vote, make sure everything's done right. The people that are there, they're wonderful people. And if you have never done that and you have the time to do so, I'm sure they'd love your help. Go and participate and just show up and help for a little while. They love volunteers. It is a tedious process of getting it out there, but it is a very involved process. It's very worthwhile that you do this because it matters. It does matter. And whether you trust the entire process or not, that's a different story, different topic, it's a different show, probably different channel or different platform. But the important thing is that I wanted to say that even if you don't trust the system, you need to participate as much as you can in the system and vote. I haven't even looked to see who I'm going to vote for yet. And that sounds crazy, I bet. But in 5 or 10 minutes online of just doing some homework, I'm sure you can figure out who you should go check the names for. And remember, you don't have to check every name. If you don't know who's on the student, the Board of Education and a vote for, or a particular judge or some of these smaller candidates, you can leave it blank. You can do that. That is within your right. But I'm just telling you, go out and vote. And I know it's Monday evening, but this is my opportunity to tell you before tomorrow, go exercise this. Now, 4 minutes in, let me talk about voting with your money. And I'm going to be putting out another video I just recorded, a little sneak peek there, a little behind the scenes. Yes, sometimes I record more than one. Sometimes they're not in order, but I recorded this one, so I knew I was talking about tomorrow when I mentioned it here today. Tomorrow, I'll be talking about also voting with your dollars and how they are going to be advertising to you about separating you from those dollars, that value, that labor you're translating into US dollars and hopefully translating into a better asset. They want to get that from you, but you need to vote with your dollars, and you need to vote with your money and your assets and your labor and your time, because your wealth that you have now is a translation of your time. It's a store of value of your time. You worked for something. They paid you for that. You translate that pay into something the way you want to store it. Now, most people, they wind up putting their money in their bank. direct deposit. They make it as easy as possible to conform with the existing system that they want you involved in. That's why they have that's why they have, let's make sure my computer doesn't snooze that alarm. Okay. So they want you to participate in their system, and they want to make it as easy as possible to stay within their current financial system, but you still have options. You can't exit that system. Now, the voting system is the voting system for right now, but you can vote with your dollars when you come to the financial system. You can decide, do I want to keep my wealth in that bank, or do I want to move it into another store of value? Do I want to buy a precious metal? Do I want to own, and what form of precious metal do I want? Do I want platinum? Do I want rhodium? Do I want palladium? Do I want silver? Do I want gold, copper, or pick another precious metal, nickel? Pick any one. Do I want to hold my wealth in that, or do I want to hold it in something else? Do I want to hold it in paper fiat money? Do I want to hold it in Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency? Or do I want to hold it in another asset? Do I want to hold it in lead? Do I want to hold it in food? How do I want to hold my wealth, and how do I want to preserve my value that I worked so hard to build? So that's what I mean when you say you're voting with your money. You're voting with your buying power, and you decide what you do with that. So we have to decide with that to you, whether you're buying a new car, getting a house, renting, not getting, getting a used car, whatever you decide to do with your capital, your wealth, you're voting with it. Because I'm going to say dollar because it's easier to say, but every dollar that you have, what you choose to do with that dollar is a vote. So you can buy a silver coin for $30 or so, an ounce of silver for $30, or you can go buy a dinner tonight, and that dinner is not going to be there tomorrow. Or maybe if you spend $40 out eating instead of $10 at groceries, and getting that silver for the extra $30, that's a choice. That's a vote. You could say, well, with $40, I could buy groceries to eat tonight, and I could also, you can still eat for $10. So you could do it. You could get dinner for $10 and get a silver coin. And those of you who've been, eating the ramen and hodling forever, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can eat for lower cost and hodl your wealth elsewhere, but you don't want to do it forever. You got to live a little bit. You can't be, in austerity forever, because when it gets to hard times, you're working hard to store your wealth, and hopefully when this present system that you're trying to escape finally goes by the wayside, you're positioned well to go forward. But until then, you keep voting with your dollars, and you decide, do I want to buy that big screen TV this holiday season? Do I want to buy that extra cool thing, that latest iPhone, or can I get by with the current phone that I have for now? That's just basically, you're thinking about wants versus needs, and they really get you in the holiday season. And it becomes very difficult, as after election day, we're going to be in that 6-week holiday season where they want to get you to consume. But you need to vote with your dollars. This is just like you're voting tomorrow. So think about that. And I wore my USA shirt on purpose today because we have this right. We are very special and very fortunate that we're able to participate in some form of election. Now, the results are the results. However they turn out, they turn out. But we can do our part, which is we can participate, we can volunteer, and we can certainly participate and volunteer not only in the election, but also in the economy, however we choose to spend our buying power. So, lots said today. I'd love to read your comments. I hope that you go out and participate tomorrow in some way, shape, or form. I'd love to hear how it went. I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot Tuesday and Wednesday. But with all that said, I'm going to close the door on the bureau, say file leader one more time, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.